Alright, here we go. Match number 1 underway. For some reason, the colors didn't apply. Because, I mean, I'm in charge of production for this one, so... we were gonna have problems. It always happens. I always forget something. And I forgot to apply the colors. So, everyone's gonna be the same color for this. It's gonna be really confusing to look at the map and try and figure out who is who. And that's my fault. There's like 3 or 4 teams that actually have colors, actually. It's weird. Yeah. But we have all the team names in there properly. I went around and I checked that. Except for one team who I believe was in the wrong slot when I was looking at them earlier. It's these guys. I believe this might be Kill for Fun. I'm not entirely sure. But that is how it be. We have them and 2 others that actually have colors. And everyone else will have colors next round. So we'll be good to go. Train to go and Dream 1. Gonna be the 2 teams next to each other as Trimble gets a few shots over onto Peakson. We do have the logos as well. So that'll be able to help us when we're a little bit closer to each other. Why does that say 16? Did Team 16 not load in properly either? Should have. Ay. Hansy, Flamesker, Peakson, and Jibs. Up against Cater, Ick, Adit, and Trimble. Got that Ick. We zoom out. We have 2 teams in Yaz. Looks like a team Ruins and Roz, and then 1 on School. Chinky has a team. We're going down onto Millie Island for this match. You do have one of the members of 4 Happy Men's sneaking a little bit closer to hospital and George, so who knows, maybe they hear shooting, they might try and third party. Yeah, this is real confusing, just a whole bunch of black dots on the screen. I will make sure that all the colors are fixed for the next match. One team already crossing the bridge over here. We got Rayzav. Oh, you know, I say we have the logos, but I only found logos for like half the teams. So I guess we're going to be real confused what's going on in this first match while we try and get used to everyone having the same color and team logo. Luckily, a lot of them have an abbreviation next to their name, so should be able to figure it out. Still nothing really happening with that fight. Nothing going on nowhere. Hansy did move to one of the other buildings. It looks like he took a couple of shots, and so didn't Cater. But they are alive and well. Peakson coming over here to help out. Cater's going to try and back up a little bit. Picking up a laser sight. Not sure about that one. So they are aware of where Cater is. And right now it would be a 4v1, but if they try and cross at all, Adit would have an angle onto it. You have Trimble, who unfortunately, like, that flank isn't flanking no more. They are gone from that area. Cater hits a headshot, but takes a lot of damage in the process. In the fight against Flamesker, Ick supporting from a little bit farther back. He's got a bolty. Oh, you saw that? Oh, he didn't see the head of Peeksin. Oh, now he does. Takes the shot. Thought we were going to see a beautiful shot there. Unfortunately, it didn't connect. Peek Peeksin. We want to see the bolty headshot. It's always so beautiful for us to see it. There's 65 players alive. That doesn't make sense. Why is there 65? Oh, ick. Takes a headshot there. Adit's got to be careful. He doesn't have a good helmet to really take this fight with. Trimble, his flank is now starting to become effective. But I don't think he spotted out Jibs. So Jibs going for a counter flank. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. 4, 4. Ooh, what is going on over here? Kira goes down to Lobes. Tatsumi is knocked. Lobes gets the flush onto that. So duel. A little bit of a bridge camp. Maybe they just ended up timing it just right to make it over here at the same time. So now Nyx is over here. Well, JMS is on the other side. He's just sneaking his way. Needs to make sure not to get heard by duel. Keep his head down. Maybe pick one up if they stretch too far. Lobes is over on the other side of the hill. JMS, they want in. Looks like a lot of teams all around the bridge now. Don't have a lot of easy spots to sneak through. This fight's still going on at George Pool. Nothing really happening with it yet. Double check. Don't see anyone really fighting too much. E-pickup going overhead. Oh, Nyx. Staring at Lobes. Oh, if Lobes stops it all right, he... Nyx, I feel like you really gotta... Oh. Just stand up and take down Lobes. You can do it. I believe in you. Ooh, Tiltown's fighting. We hop over to this. Finna is knocked. Finna gets flushed as Doobie finds the knock on today. Tony taking a lot of damage there from Izzy Star. Oh, sneak attack actually gets a knock onto Tony from up the hillside. So we're going to see Izzy Star try and nade down the hillside. Maybe try and get the flush. Oh, probably needed one more damage there to get the kill. So Wuju too, they're going to pick up a point in this one. As Trig Happy takes one down on Team 2. Here we go over here. Team 2 fighting up against Bad Luck. Adam going for the spray with the VSS. He's taking shots in return by Space, who does a good chunk of damage. So Adam can try and reposition this. You have the keyboard smash and Penta right behind him, ready to take this fight. Mika already knocked and flush. Nades coming up and over the top from Bad Luck. And getting a couple of good nades onto Adam. Doesn't find more than half health, though. Looks like Bad Luck thinking about backing off of this one. As we go check. Ooh, very eastern shift. So Wuju 2 going to be happy to be up on top of the hillside. This site at Georgia Pool, it looks like Train to Go has lost one player. As Dream 1 have lost 2. Peaks in Flamescare, the last one's left. Cater's been taken down on TTG. Flamescare. Looking through the windows through the first floor, it's a pretty neat spot. So this might actually be great. If he looks through those windows now... Oh, I thought Adit had kind of pushed over there. I guess not. Not too exciting. Ooh, they did get the res onto Finna, so Tilt Town gonna get Finna back. He should be able to get looted up. Just has to try not to get shot out of the sky. Bad Luck still harassing Team 2 a little bit. Adam is knocked way far away from them. They should be able to get the res onto Adam. He should be back up on his feet and into the fight shortly. As... Oh, Zenny... That's where our mysterious extra person was coming from. It was Zenny. Yeah, I don't know why he was still alive. I don't know what was going on with that. But Hikerman taking some shots. He's only got 18 damage so far up on this hilltop. And Zito and Lucid with only a little bit each. And Snake Attack only has 70. That's really unfortunate for Tilt Town. They got Izzy back. But Thon was over here, got the kill on the just res player, and is now driving away. So is Doobie gonna try and get the chip? I don't know, is the chip still over here? I think the chip was still over here. I think that's what Doobie grabbed. So I think Doobie grabbed the chip again. And is going to go for another res. Hilarious. We are inside the mountain. Who is allowing me to man the camera? DTMF. Cruxy. To God. Robert. And Balin. And then over here, you have Run It Down. Non-Glove. Lil GG. Narcotica. Oh, wait. Tay-Stew. And Thank You. TY. We're gonna say thank you. It's probably not thank you, but... Is he... He went all the way over here... And now he can camp the res station? Oh my god. Thon is evil. Evil, I tell you. Oh, he threw that nade way too early. He, like, didn't prep the nade at all. Then he went for a couple of shots. Now Savage gonna know exactly where he is. A little bit misplayed there, I think. And Quan from Furia up on the hillside gonna be able to get the knock onto Doobie. I don't know why I couldn't find Furia's logo. I don't know what ails me in finding logos, but I struggle with it so much. So now Doobie's going down again, but they were able to get the res onto a player that's probably just going to die as soon as they try and hit the ground because all the loot's over here. And guess what? Furia's over there now. So that is unfortunate. Tiltown just not having a fun game right now. Getting sabotaged at every angle. Our train to go, they're still all the way over here. They're down to a 2-man. No, Trimble's all the way over here. So there's still 3 up, but Trimble's all the way over here. And Cater is all the way over here. So I'm assuming Cater got rezzed. He's landed over here. He's found himself an ace and a moist nugget. Right? That's a moist nugget, I think. What's your other gun, Cater? Swap to it. Don't go too far that way. That's not the way you want to go. Ooh, Cruxy got a knock. What is happening over here? Bad luck pushing up against Team 20 champion. Knocked and flush Triplo all around. Devil Vibe somehow didn't take any damage from that as Space takes down Gooey. I don't have a numpad. Light bite. I knew there was a way to do it. I couldn't remember how. I appreciate you trying to tell me. I don't have a numpad. Yes. Okay. Underdog Esports were able to get 2 players. Back, up, and going. Izzy Star is so dead. So they rezzed Izzy Star twice, which means Izzy Star's stats are going to show 3 deaths. And I think that's hilarious. As Nyx gets sprayed out of the vehicle by Quan. I hate having delays, so I can't talk to you guys immediately when you say something. Because we could have had this figured out by now, Light Bite. We could have been able to tell exactly what's going on. So Cater's still alive. Mecha, the only one over here from Team 2. The rest of the team over here. This is why I should have a numpad. Nope. Still not working. Okay, Bad Luck loses 1 to Tony, and then immediately loses a 2nd. So Tony picks up 2. Trig Happy and Annan both go down. Why? Music started to play in the background. That was weird. Oh, Cater gets a knock onto Space, so Cater over here doing damage, stolen away by Toy Kong Chuan. Devil Vibes the last one up, and Cater trying to shoot at his toesies. Devil Vibes might be a good idea to pop a first aid kit rather than those bandages. Blue Zone's going to be pushing on your back. Cater with the nade ends up getting the kill onto Bad Luck, so they're eliminated. 11 teams left. Now Cater gonna try and run. Oof. Run it down, doing a good little bit of damage. Sneak attack up on the hillside, picking up another kill as Unity annihilates a duel. And that was over here on the southern side of the zone. Scooby Zandis. And Gordo Tony. Ooh. Alright, we're going to hop on board with Dunks Gaming as they're trying to make a rotate somewhere. And it's going to be right towards Unity. The nade goes out, but just a little bit too far. Dunk mode tries to pull up. Tony does get knocked. Punisher going to be the last one left for Dunks Gaming. Going for the shots, and down they go. As Jean de Joie with the Groza takes him down. Gordo Tony gets flushed by Lucid. So Wuju too, they're picking up a little bit more from this. They are going to be pushed off of the hillside here in a second, and it's going to be Furia on the road right next to them as Wuju 2 start to try and make their way forward. Razaf Kesno hits a headshot. He has 3 gear and a P90. So he's got the works going for him as well. And Dorito. I feel like we've seen a lot of bolties. You have 7s and 5s. And you have a lot of 5s, Nupski. I feel like that's a little overkill. As Belated tries to get a couple of shots over towards Hikerman. We pop to the map. Alright, so this is a team, this is a team. Team 2, it looks like they're pushing forward into DTMF. Oh, keyboard smash! Turns! And with a little bit of help from Adam, takes down Cruxy. Penta takes down 2 God. Robert 1. Last one up? No. They have another player, Balin. Where is Balin? Balin from the side gets the knock onto the keyboard smash, but now Mika from behind on Team 2. Trying to do some damage. And it is going to be Mika to get the knock onto Balin, so Robert able to get 2 God back up. He's going to look down towards Mika's position, go for a couple of shots, connects with one of them. The smoke's going out to give Mika some cover. He should be able to heal up and make it over to his teammates. 2 God, no helmet left. So we hop over to Wuju 2 versus Furia. Most likely are going to start fighting here. Sneak attack gets the knock onto Posa. Now we see Lucid step up and over. Miss most of his shots, though. Hikerman there, able to get the trade as Quan gets a nade onto Sneak attack, who has been knocked a few times and is bleeding pretty fast. Getting shot in the back by another team. Definitely not helpful. RDS, the last one up. Doesn't have a lot going for him. That blue zone nade should be able to get the flush on Posa, and Quan is RDS. Last one up. Spray's coming out, and down he goes to Hikerman. Sneak attack gets flushed out from Zonde. Scooby watched Hikerman fall. Gets a shot onto Enzito. Can't follow it up with a second. And Hikerman gonna have to be rezzed quickly. Don't know if it's gonna happen for Wuju 2. Adam still over here for Team 2. He's laying down on the ground. Doesn't have a vest. Now he has one that's just a shot away from being destroyed. Cater's still alive for Train to Go. This is honestly great for them. 673 damage, but only 1 kill for Cater. That's crazy. He's not in too bad of a spot either. Underdogs goes out to the blue zone. run it down. Seem to be running Cater down. He goes to the backside, and now from above, he's getting shot at. He tries to shoot someone, but it's actually 2God that ends up getting the kill onto him. Scooby got a knock onto one of the players for Wuju 2. Hikerman did get rezzed, and Zito, the last one left, goes for the shots, finds the knock onto one, so now it's going to be Scooby. He goes for the drop shot, and he finds him! And Zito, 3 kills so far in this match. As Rezav trying to push over to this. That nade does a lot of damage to Zito. One more, and he'll be going down, and that's a good nade from Pandorito. Gets the flush onto Higerman as well, so that's 2 kills for Rezav. 4 teams left up. I don't have a single logo for any of them. We got Rezav, Run It Down, DTMF, and Team 2. Team 2 pushing towards DTMF. Robert just chilling out above with 2God. Oh, 2God has the shotgun in hand. Adam has pushed in at this point. Nade's getting prepped. Mika both in here. Headshots and nade does it for 2God. Alright, Kesno is knocked. Run It Down. Running up the hillside to get the flush. They only have to find Pandorito to take control of the hillside, but he's going all the way down, going to be trying to make it over to Nubsky and Beleda, so they can help with covering fire DTMF on the eastern side. And now Run It Down. They ran all the way up the hillside just to run down. Good luck to them, because this is not going to be an easy run. Rezav going to be staring at it. DTMF coming up the other side. Might end up running right into Run It Down, who found a very small spot. And now shots going out. Robert needs to make sure not to give away any footsteps. As, oh, Beleda finds the knock onto one. 2God over here trying to take shots, but that is a 4-man that he is peeking up into, who after Rezav got the knock and heard the shots, had a pretty good idea what was going on. Nubsky trying to make a move over to the hillside, and he survives on 10 hit points. Lil GG gets some shots onto Beleda. So Rezav, they're on the low ground. They're taking a lot of shots, taking a lot of damage, having to use a little bit of their heals. As Beleda, this is not a good spot for you. Narcotica should honestly have an angle onto you. Nubsky gets knocked. Pandorito gets the knock onto one. Going for more onto Little GG. He needed another bullet. Beleda does find Little GG. And now spotted out is TY. One more bullet, and that's a good shot from Pandorito. He's got to go for the reload. As Taste-Stew does get a couple of shots, but the 3 gear are going to be helping out Panadorito. Nubsky did get rezzed by Beleda. Pana, not even the full auto either, just kind of the mediocre one. Gonna go for a stun, and he's gonna push forward. Nade, stuns, going forward. 1v3, Panadorito misses the shot. And now Nubsky coming over the other side is able to find the final shot. Razav winning match number 1 with 9 kills. They were able to follow it up with, I mean, Unity had 9 kills. Wuju 2 had 9 kills. So, I mean, couple 9-kill game teams there. But Razav was the most successful. They were able to get the chicken dinner. And now we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 2. Robert, appreciate the follow. 5 push-ups. We're up to 920. I promised, I think it was Creepy. If we make it to 1,000, I have to dance on stream. And I don't know how to dance, so that's going to go bad. God, my chair's not been sliding lately. But I appreciate the follow, Robert. How are you doing on this wonderful day? Where'd my mouse go? There we go. Need to turn off the music. Alright. Let's run the ads. Oh, that means the push-ups I did aren't going to be shown. Oh well. I did the 5 push-ups for the Robert following. I did do them, alright? Yes! We have colors! Hopefully no overlapping colors. Greens are really close, but they are different. Okay. Greens are close but different, that's good. We have a lot of purples and pinks, but they are, again, all different, so that works out. I think we're good! We did it! Yes! We got colors. If I went through the settings before we start the next one, I should be able to find out how to bring logos up too. Though we don't have logos for like half the team, so I don't know what good it would do us. We will do our bestest to do that. But like, I appreciate you trying to give me all the info and everything I would need. Alright. So now we can very clearly see there's 2 teams over in Yaz and another one sneaking around nearby. Doesn't look like there is anyone anywhere else that are too close to each other. Instakill is trying to take some shots over towards Dunk Gaming. Oof, I thought it might have been a headshot, and that could have done a lot this early on. 5 bullets left. 2, 1. He does hit one last bullet, but it is not enough damage to get a knock. And he wouldn't have been able to get the flush anyways, so. Good try from him there. Unfortunately comes up just a little bit short. Alright. Ads, ran, things, done. Stuff, clicked. Alright. Unity. Did a little bit of damage, nothing else. And then you have Tilt Town to the northern side of Yasnaya. They're not doing too much right now. It looks like both teams kind of staying separated. We do have over towards Snake, Team 20, which I believe is Kill for Fun? I'm not really sure. I thought Kill for Fun was supposed to be our last team in this. But instead of going into slot 18, this team went into slot 20. That's all I know. I don't really know what's going on with it. Wuju 2, they're over on Military Island. And they're in on the edge right now. For all we know, this could hard shift south and could be like a 50-50 here. Because PUBG, you know, it does that sometimes. But I'm not really seeing too much going on. And you know what that means? We're going for some fit checks. Lucid. Very... what is it? Very monotone. Very beige, I guess. Their barrel skin's pretty nice, though. SLR is one of my favorite guns, too, but that doesn't look like a progressive to me. I don't even remember how to... Ah, that's how we get rid of the UI. Green over here for sneak attack. So then we swap over to Hikerman. We've got some black. He's got the doggy ears on that level 2 helmet. A lot of pink on the back. I like it. I like it. Oh yeah. This is what we're talking about. And Zito, full pink. He's got a little flying cat on his shoulder. Gotta be happy about that. Alright, that's our fit check on Wuju 2. Somehow I clicked the button and we made it over to Tilt Town. I don't know if it's telling us to do a fit check on Tilt Town now or what, but... let's see. No one really fighting yet. I don't think we can do a fit check on Tilt Town right now. I think we do a fit check on Furia. Let's start with Posa, since Posa's out in the open. Oh, laying down for us, too, so we can really try and figure out what's going on. So we got black with a white helmet. We got the progressive skin for the MK. I really like that backpack, actually. It's a cool looking backpack. And barrel skin's okay. That's the fit check there. Fit check for RDS. Double check the map, make sure nothing's going on. White, for the most part. Blue mini. I love it. Love it. Love the color blue. Pink ace, even better. So you got pink and blue. That's some cotton candy action right there. Over here we got Quan. Looks to be a little bit of purple and red and black. It's okay. Feel like it doesn't mesh super well, but at least it's something different. Not the same thing everyone else is wearing. Oh, see, this is red, white, and black. This is a great right here. This is a Kraken. Love the outfit. It's beautiful. Much love to the outfit. Alright. There's got to be some action coming off here sometime, right? And you got Run It Down in a decent spot up on Potato Hill is where Furia is. On Death Road. DTMF, because I'm not going to try and say that every single time. Team 20 over here has a 2-2 split. Decent little split right here. For Happy Men's, they did lose one player. Probably down here or something. Or maybe they tried to send him out, and that's why they're back down here as a 3-man. Rezav. I wouldn't really call this a 2-2 split, but they have people right here on Snake. So not doing too bad. Ooh, Tilt Town. Coming up against Team 2. Izzy Star. Gonna be the front runner. Trying to go for the shots. Does hit a headshot onto one. Can't find any more as Penta finds the knock with the bolty from a little bit farther away. Doobie trying to give some covering fire. Get some shots onto Micah, but doesn't hit any of them. Finna and Savage both on their way over here, but it looks like Doobie maybe just trying to run away from this spot. Now you have Furia trying to get involved. Team 2 also just wanting to back off. So both players lose one. That seemed like it should have been an explosion right next to the Kraken. I could have sworn that literally right there we saw something explode. Or a missile drop, and it just didn't explode. Interesting. So Kraken makes it out of the red zone. No problemo. Technically yellow zone on mine, because I just like the color of the blood that comes off better when we have this colorblind mode on. It's nice bright blue, easy to spot, easy to see. Oh, Unity. They're going past Team 2 now. Is Team 2 going to get in a spot where they can take some shots? It does look like insta-kill takes so much damage. is surviving for right now, wearing a lot of yellow, I will say. It does look like insta-kill is going to make it out of there. So Team 2 not able to successfully spring a trap onto them. They weren't quite ready for it. Bad luck. They had 2 in Pachinki 2 out on the barn building, and now they spot out Dream 1 as well. Jibs takes a couple of shots. He tries to follow it up with more, swaps over to a different person, and finds himself 44 damage. Not awful, not great. Team 20 trying to pull up towards... Where's this? The western side of Pachinki? Yeah. Oof. Team Razab. Canna Dorito. I don't know if this is the best spot to stop, considering your team is shooting people on the coastline. And now you're going to the coastline. So then over here you have Unity. No, Underdogs. Underdogs Esports. Rotating 5-4 Happy Men's. And they make it through unscathed. A lot of rotations. Not getting punished here. So many people are able to rotate past everyone else, and now it's Furia's turn to shoot over here. Day takes a headshot and another bullet, brought down to 35. But they are going to make it out of there. Just to get shot at by bad luck. And it looks like they're going to pull up on the dips and the trenches. Meanwhile, over here, Team 2 getting the res of their teammate up on Potato Hill. Their team's Dunks down to a solo, and Savage with a savage maneuver blowing up Dunks Gaming chips. So Jan's probably not going to be able to get any of his teammates back up now that those chips have been fully blown up and destroyed. Wuju 2 down below DTMF. They should be relatively safe. It's a pretty easy spot to co-inhabit right there without too many problems. And our zone just kind of centers up. It's not too bad of a zone. I feel like it's a zone that people should know how to play. We've seen it plenty of times. It's happened time and time again. And trained to go. They have a 2-2 split, and if they can hold on to this, they're going to be in a really good spot going into the next zone. Dream 1 are up on the hillside above. Adam got rezzed. I don't know how he's going to be able to get over to his teammates, but sneaking up on his teammates is 4 Happy Men's. Tatsumi was leading the charge. Penta with the knock on Takira. So now Tatsumi and Nyx gonna have to try and take a 3v2. And they might get some overhead calls in a second from Adam. As Tatsumi does hop into a vehicle, Adam going to be calling out Tatsumi. Should be able to tell his team that the two of them are just leaving. And they don't got to worry about it. So now Adam just has to get a little bit of loot, hop in the vehicle, and rotate into the zone. Over here for Unity. They have a good spot to look into this zone. Unfortunately, they're not in the zone. They have a little ways to go. I was going to say they might be able to send it over to this dip, but run it down has already taken it. They will probably lose their vehicles. It's not really that safe for vehicles, but there's enough room for them to play from. So they don't got to worry too much about that. Ooh, Razav. Gonna be right next to Team 2. Penta takes a shot from Nubsky. Leda just watching the hillside above him. As Mika and Penta start throwing util over. That's a great nade from Penta onto Beleda. And now Kesno gonna have to try and rush his way over here to support his teammates. Down into a 2v4 right now. And another team pulling up on the back side of this. Has Nox come out galore. Underdogs down to just Thon. Getting shots. He gets the knock onto Nubsky. Kesno has gone down. Beleda got res. You have 2 knocked for Team 2. Shots go out and Thon brought down. It's just a single hit point. He's going to stop up and lay down, try and get for the first aid kit. I don't know if that's the best idea as the keyboard smash. Coming straight over here. Did spot him. Out goes to the shots. Gets the final one. Now they got to turn their attention back over to Razav. They're back up to a 3-man. Penta doesn't look like he's going to be able to get Mika up right now. Leda up over the top. Whiffs his shot onto Mika for the flush. And now from the side, all of a sudden, unexpectedly, Penta finds one. Nubsky takes a lot of damage. Panadorito goes down. And Nubsky falls to Wooly. Penta takes a knock from Lobes. His duel not only got the final kill onto Razav, but have started to make their way up here to try and do even more damage. Find a couple more kills. But they only sent Lobe. So Penta is actually resable. If they went to him now, it looks like they aren't going to worry about Penta. And they're just going to try and rotate into the zone. No, here they go. That's a mortar. Where did that come from? I didn't even hear it get shot off. I would love to see more as Kakao gets the knock onto Ananin. Anian. I don't know, some of these names are pretty weird. Finna looks to be the last player left on Tilt Town that we can see over here. Trig Happy goes down to Finna. Finna just wants to try and get the flush. Does get the flush. And he's got 4 kills and 453 damage, so not too bad for Finna. Space is just going to wait down in these dips for Finna to push forward. Space is like, you want to kill my teammate? I am ready and waiting for you then. Oh no, Finna's going to be able to shoot him in the back. Does he hit the shots? Yes, he does. Does he hit the first aid kit in time? 1 second. 0.2. He does. Finna survives. He picks up another kill. Penta goes down to a shot from Lobes with the Dragunov. And Duel with a 2-1-1 split right now. I feel like this is a little bit risky. But they're getting away with it. Nobody's really on this edge of the zone. Furia fighting on the hillside as Team 20 gets eliminated. RDS gets the final shot into the side of Kakao. I don't know where Furia's logo went. Like, I swear I had it at one point, and I just can't find it. As Narcotica gets knocked onto Jibs before Furia makes their way up over the hillside. Oh, Finn. Oh, close to fun to knock onto Flameskir. Can Finna get involved on this? He goes for shots onto Quan, hits a couple of them. He needs to hit more, though. Isn't able to. Goes for the spray, gets the knock. No, the blue zone takes down RDS. Finna's not going to get it, but he does backstab them, and that gives Dream 1 a chance to try and recover. They did have 2 knocked and flushed. And Peekson goes down to Zakraken. Hansy, the last one left. What can he do? Up against a 3-man currently of Furia. They should be able to get RDS back up onto his feet in a second. Does spot out Posa, goes for a couple of shots. It's going to be from the side in a second that he's going to get taken down by Kraken, though. Good couple of bullets onto Posa. Now he's going to go for the res onto Peekson. Kraken any second now should be stepping up and over, but Hansy gets a knock onto RDS before he goes down. The blue zone is pushing. It shouldn't be a problem. Furia up to 10 kills. Duel, they have lost IQ. K-Mind right next to Sneak Attack, who's knocked, and Zito got killed by Wooly Hikerman, the last one left for Wuju, too. K-Mind getting shot at by Balin. DTMF, not in the most comfortable spot, but it definitely could be worse, because Duel, they just lost the tire on their bike, so it's going to be very, very difficult for them to make it in there. Narkotka does get the flush onto Sneak Attack, steals that kill away from the members of Duel, who are all solo and have to go so far to get into this next zone. K-Mind in the vehicle, going to start driving forward. Lobes, looks like he might be trying to sneak it in there. Wooly going to go down to God. K-Mine does survive. And trying to hit the first aid kit before the blue zone gets here. No, K-Mine goes down. Misjudged when the blue zone was going to come in. And that's just unfortunate there for K-Mine. He should have been able to read that. Hikerman looks like trying to go pick a fight against DTMF. Narkotka gets a knock onto 2 God. The blue zone goes out from Hikerman, who thought about backing off for a second, but now he goes right back forward. How good was that blue zone? Oh my goodness. I bet it bounced backwards. If it didn't, that would have been so perfect. Lobes takes down Hikerman. 5 teams is what remains. Train to go. It looks like they weren't really able to keep their split together, because Trimble is the only player left. And that is unfortunate for him. And while up the hillside, you got Furia. Who are just raining down hellfire onto everyone. Lobes down below. He's making a move on his bike. Where is he going? I was hoping for an exciting moves. Kraken gets knocked on to one of the members of Run It Down. Osa gets knocked in return. DTMF making their way through the hill, or through the grass. Right up next to Run It Down. They're all hiding behind the same folded shield, just laying down. With Furia shooting at them. Quan doing so much. Oh, he spots out Lobes below them. Shots come out. Yeah. Lobes was not going to survive that. We have 4 teams remaining. Look, one of them has a logo. Train to Go has a logo. Furia should have a logo. I had it at one point, and I just can't find it. RDS getting shots onto Cruxy. Down he goes. Balin to God. The 2 that remain. Balin is going to try and get the res onto Cruxy. Run It Down. Gonna nade over towards that. Stopped by Robert's body before he dies. Otherwise, that might have bounced right over onto DTMF. Tatsu gets the knock onto 1. RDS gets the knock onto Cruxy. Does get the flush. Balin gonna be the last one left for DTMF. is trying to go for the shots on to run it down. Getting shot in the side. Headshot from RDS. And RDS hits the final bullet. Able to take him down. But RDS goes down to the blue zone in return. Quan just pulled up over here. That doesn't even have his guns fully reloaded. Zakraken just spraying with the AUG. Not finding any damage whatsoever. Furia, I know you're, like, gonna win, most likely, in this situation, but you need bullets to do that with. RDS goes down to himself, dying to the blue zone. I don't think they know about Quan over here. Like, I mean, who in their right mind would expect Quan to have made this rotate? He's on all the dead bodies. He's probably gonna grab some extra util. Gonna grab a little bit of ammo here and there. Nade onto Tatsu, but it's the absolute annihilation by the MG3. TY, little GG over there. Trimble actually gets the kill steal. So another point for Trimble. He's made it up into third place. Postas the Kraken and Quan not quite ready for him. Shots go out. Quan gets the knock onto TY. Now it's little GG. And Trimble, who is the player that's going to last longer? I really would think it's going to be Trimble. He has a building to work with. Little GG should get pulled up on here at some point. He's just trying to lay down as well. Trimble still looking for things. He has a Panzer, shoots it over, and it lands so close to Posa. That's the wrong button. So close. Another, what, like 5-10 meters, and he would have got the knock. Now we see util being used over towards little G. The blue zone coming out. He's just got to make sure to hit the first aid kit. Trimble goes down before little GG. He does hit the first aid kit, gets it off in time. Timed it pretty well. That stun goes up and over, and now from the side, little GG taking so much damage. Quan with another stun right into the smoke. Little GG trying to throw another smoke down, and down goes little GG. MG3 rings out. Furia win match number 2, 17 kills. My goodness. Absolutely crazy there from them. Wonderful game. And they kind of soaked up a lot of the kills. No one else got like 8-9 kills in this one. So great game from them. But we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 3. Alright, Cherry Bomb, I appreciate. Follow, we'll get 5 more push-ups in here for you. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I really... With my logos folder as well, I haven't kept up to date with it because, I've just been casting Smear Zera, and he has a clean feed that he is nice enough to share with me every time he does. So I don't have to worry about logos and stuff as much anymore like I used to. So I just haven't really kept up to date with it. And I should. I really, really should. Show you guys an updated leaderboard real quick. I also think it's hilarious that I'm losing frames, and I'm plugged into Ethernet. It's just crazy. Well, that's fun. It's not letting me click on people. Game. What is happening? My keyboard's like not responding. My mouse is working, but dude, what is happening? Is this working? Okay, that button's working fine. Okay. I don't know. Game's being a little wonky. It may be a little wonky for this match, for what's going on, but that's okay. I'm sure you guys don't mind a little bit of wonkiness as... Oh, Nubsky. He runs over Finna. I'm gonna grab a shotgun. Probably finish off in right here. Yeah. Takes the trip, tries to drive away. Doobie doesn't want to let it happen, but Nubsky perfectly behind. Make sure to get away. There we go. One player eliminated. It still bothers me that I can't right click. And that my tab is only working like half the time. Scooby, did you disconnect? Scooby died to the water. And he was not the fifth man, so... I'm gonna assume he disconnected, which is unfortunate for him. I'm gonna try not to pull up tab too much, just because my game is being weird with it. So I don't want it to, like... Yeah. I don't want to cause problems. At it, going up the hillside. You know, we're following him pretty well. Alright. That's where he stops. What else is going on? Doesn't really seem like too much, and you know what that means. Time for a fit check. Okay, Mind, what are you wearing? Green with a very blue MK. And a pretty black AUG. I'm for it. I'm all for it. I support this. More green over here. Ooh, blue and gold mini. I mean, likey. Is that a mutant on your back to go alongside your mini? What are you doing, IQ? It's okay. His mini makes up for it. Alright, we got black with just a white AUG. And is it black and gold mini? Is what it looks like. Honestly, I don't know where he got just like a white AUG. But I'm all for it. That's clean. Nice, simple, easy. Woolly. Very green. Very blue. Very green, very blue. We're like woolly. We support Woolly and K-Mind, who are matching almost head to toe. This could get interesting. Cater is over here. His vehicle is in a spot where Posa can't really see it. And now he's going up the hillside, and now Posa can very much see it. Cater hops out of the vehicle, goes inside. So I think this is going to be a very dead Cater and Trimble in a second. Yep, there's Trimble. There's Cater. I can predict the future. That's, yeah. That's funny. You know what would be even funnier? Because we've seen people do C4 plays over and over with the vehicles lately. Just putting a C4 on the side of this and setting it down. Grab both of their chips, put it in this vehicle, put a C4 on it, and roll it down to their teammates. Just like, oh, you can have the chips, so boom. Technically, if people were able to get to it in time, they could take the chips out of the vehicle before the C4 exploded. But if they didn't get there in time, the C4 would kill them all. And blow up their chips. To not be rezzed. That's next level thinking right there. Really messed with people. Rezav, Tilt Town, what are you doing over here? We got a blown up vehicle. Tilt Town are down 2 players. Rezav have Nubsky knocked what a nade onto Kesno. And I believe that puts that down into a 1v1 Beleta versus Savage. From the hillside, you're going to have bad luck to deal with. Savage doesn't want to deal with this. He's trying to get out of here. He's taking a couple of shots from the hillside. Beleta hits the shots, takes him down. Pana Dorito made it over here, so Pana Dorito was still up. Bad luck. There is 2 players knocked right now. If you can make it down this hillside, this is an easy mop-up. As you guys still have 4 players, but you're not going for it as soon as you needed to. So this is going to be back up to 4 players strong. Space pushing over, but it's a little late. Trick Happy takes a shot on the pull-up, and that's a lot of damage. Nades coming out. They do a little bit of damage to Pana Dorito, but it stuns around the side. Space was ready and waiting. Beleta goes down. The flush comes out. Kesno getting shot at from the hillside. Space was ready to push forward. He's going to stun in through the tiny window onto Kesno. Now he's going to throw a nade. Had it ready. Throws it forward. That nade goes forward. Only does a little bit of damage as Kesno prepping another one. Down he goes. It's a 2-piece from Space, but the nade from Kesno was there to take him down. Pana Dorito goes down to Devil Vibes. And bad luck, though they came in a little late, we're still able to clean up Rezav. That's good. I think they took a little bit too long. I think if they would have been there a little bit sooner, it could have been a lot cleaner of a mop-up. But, I mean, you can only know so much about what's going on. Meanwhile, we have Dunks Gaming fighting up against Dream 1. Bullets traded by Jibs and Punisher, and a lot of damage done to each side. Punisher going to be the first line of defense, but Hansy found a good way to sneak his pretty little booty in here. Ugh, Punisher not able to connect with those shots. Those would have been huge. If he could have gotten the shots onto Hansy before anyone else got over here, that would have been a great start to a fight for this. Punisher now going to be on the back foot as these players start moving closer and closer. Meanwhile, on the hillside behind them, they do have Team 2. Just ready to rain down hellfire upon these players. And that nade from Hansy gets the knock on to Punisher. 1 player left in donk mode. Jibs trying to make his way forward. Takes a lot of shots from the side. Gets the flush now. 4v1. What can we see from donk mode? You gotta be careful not to get shot at from the other side. Tries to go for the shots, but Flamescur takes his head off. Donk mode eliminated alongside Dunks Gaming in 14th. T2. That's an interesting choice to send Adam all the way over here. This is a flank. It's a really long flank. I don't know if it's a worth it flank. But they're not going for it because of the flank. They're actually just trying to get in front of Dream 1 to take this compound. So that's actually a brilliant play from them. Devil Vibes going for shots over on to Underdogs Gaming. Getting shot at by Furia and Bad Luck. But really making it through here just fine. And now they're pulling up on Run It Down. Day doesn't get shot there. Going at a snail's pace. Narcotica really has to hit the shots there. I mean, that's all there is to that one. There was a person going like 2 miles per hour backwards down a hill with 2 pop tires, and he just didn't hit the shots. those are shots you have to hit right there. Over here, train to go. They're getting some revenge. Posa gets taken down. Is train to go actually going to be able to get the res? Can I look at what's in this death box? No. I wanted to see if the chips were still there, because I think they might be. So, Furia lost 2 off of that. Zagraken has an AUM. Quan has an MG3. So they got 3 gear. And I'm sure they are going to be able to cause plenty of damage with it. But they are down to a 2-man. Where are you going, Quan? Yeah, my bad. My bad. You need more 3 gear. You're so right. What do you got? Whoa. Whoa. What? It's already empty. Is this your teammate right here? I can't tell. Quan. I don't know how long you want to stick right there. Did you just drop your 3 helmet? He has a new 3 helmet. Alright, I guess there was just another 3 helmet there. Whack. Ray tell why you're doing this, Team 2? Are you doing this just in case? Like, you are goated in your spot right now. I wouldn't move. Send someone up for recon, but then they might just die coming down. I don't think it's worth it anymore to send people up on E-pickups for recon. Is someone going to do it? Adam's going to go up. Adam, if you die, you just proved my point that you shouldn't go up in E-pickups. If you survive, I still stand by it. Alright. See what's going on around everywhere else. DTMF surviving. They always do. They always seem to. They've made it into the late game both times, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, even if they're not getting, like, a ton of kills, they're always surviving and getting placement points. Most of the time they are getting a few kills to go alongside it, so it ends up being very good for them. Underdogs, where you going? Didn't you, like, just make it into the edge of terminal? And now you're going up the hillside. They are trying to coast into the backside of Dream 1. Dream 1 is aware of it. And members of Dream 1 back off just a little bit. They start throwing nades forward, start throwing stuns forward. Can't shoot through that, it's metal door. They do find peeks in, though, so they find one member of Dream 1. Handsy finds the knock onto Tony, as Day finds the knock onto a different player, Jibs. Going for some shots. Down goes Flamescur. And Underdogs are making this work. Jibs takes a lot of damage from that nade there. Thon right on the other side of the wall. Tries to make his way in, and in he goes. Takes down Jibs, and Dream 1 eliminated. Oh, Thon goes down to a team. Blue zone. From Toi Kong Chien. Team 2, not going to miss out on this. They were right next door. And they are very interested on trying to cause some problems over here. A defensive nade from Underdogs. As Penta on the low side. Adam right there. If they overstep at all. Mika on the high side. So Underdogs kind of like pinned in here. They're not going to be able to move too well, even inside that compound without the use of smokes. They have a couple of them down right now, as there we go. Shots ring out. They know where Penta is, so they know at least one player on the low side. They know where Mika is. though Mika has moved. You got one blue zone. Do you have a second blue zone somewhere? Oh, the keyboard smash has 2 blue zones. So if he can pull up on this and get a couple of blue zones over there with Mika's blue zone, that's going to be a lot of damage onto the underdogs. You got to double up on those blue zones if you're going to do it. As Mika just backing off. And yeah, no shots really being traded here. Adam, he's going to play this bush right now. He is the bush. That fight has kind of died off a little bit. That's unfortunate. You have Run It Down as Gordo Tony takes a down little GG. Willie from the other side gets the flush onto insta-kill. And now I am Gordo Tony. Trying to take some shots and out in the open. We have Zandashwan. Zandashwal. Zandashwal 1. Going 4 shots towards IQ, and from the side, Lobes finds a couple of headshots, takes him down. Gordo Tony, the last player up over here, trained to go down to Ick, who gets a knock and a flush onto Gooey. Triplo champion. Oh, that nade. Right into his face. And Ick actually uses the smoke to push further forward. He might take this fight from the blue zone, even though he's kind of chunking away. He's thinking it's going to give him the best option. He does spot one. The other one lines up, but is getting blocked a little bit. He does find the double onto Triplo and Champion. Can he find the last player? He's going to go for the first aid kit. He goes back along using the smokes perfectly. Was able to take down to Kakao. The other player up from the eye in the sky. You do have Cater. Ooh, trying to get the flush right there. May put Ick in a bad situation. Does get the first aid off just in time. Ick has to move forward, though. Oh, Cater gets knocked and flushed from the back. So now it's all on to Ick. And I don't think we're going to stick around to watch this blue zone fight. Get over here on the compound. Underdogs taking the fight from Team 2. Day inside the blue zone. Finds the knock onto 1, but Mika gets the trade immediately. The last player left standing, and Mika from behind finds the shots. And down goes Underdogs Esports. Team 2 were able to take this fight. They were able to win it. And now Duel trying to capitalize off of it. Wooly jumping up onto the rooftop immediately. Saw Penta running across. Adam does go down. Penta down on the edge. Wasn't spotted. Wooly doesn't stay peeking that spot for too long. Penta trying to go for a nade. Up and over. Looks pretty good. It honestly was pretty good. It was just cooked for slightly too long, as Ick did end up getting the kill onto Kakao before going down to the blue zone. 5 teams is what we have left. No one really that well in the zone, but Furia still alive. We have these 2 teams fighting down here. 4 Happy Men's and Run It Down. 4 Happy Men's, though, are taking the fight from outside the blue zone. Meanwhile, Run It Down are stuck inside the blue zone. A little bit more difficult for them, but Tatsumi goes down here. Kira gonna be in a 1v2 along the edge of the blue zone. 1 player still in the blue zone that might be able to find shots in a second. Kira goes for the shot, lines him up, and takes him down. Stu, the last one left, and he is inside the blue zone. Kira just trying to hit the first aid in time. Does hit the first aid in time. That is the second time we've seen someone line up 2 players. Just a little while ago, we did see Ig line him up. Now, Kira gonna go down to the blue zone, but no, Tastu hits the shots. JMS gonna stop, pick up Nyx, and drive into the zone. Tastu just barely getting the first aid off in time, and 4 Happy Men's gonna have to pull up on the rock and call this good for right now as the rings through from Zakraken. Tastu, I don't think is going to be able to make it into the next zone. 4 first aids. And still a long ways to walk. Team 2 and Duel somehow still haven't taken each other out. They both made it up the hillside a little bit. Furia doesn't have an angle on it right now. And the members of 4 Happy Men's are a little bit too preoccupied currently. Wooly just watching their back as he slowly envelops Team 2 to make sure that they're not going to be able to make it into the next one. Tastu ends up still getting a knock onto Nyx as the Kraken headshot onto Tastu. And blue zone from Tastu ends up taking down 4 Happy Men. So even from the grave, Tastu still doing damage. Team 2, it looks like they're just trying to focus on IQ and Wooly as Mika gets the knock onto K-Mind. And now up close and personal, IQ with the MK finds 2, almost finds Mika. IQ with the mutant. Absolutely disgusting, and he finds the 3rd. 4 kills. Lobes trying to get the res onto K-Mind. As Furia, you know, they just needed a couple more drops, you know. They didn't have quite enough, so they thought 1 or 2 more would do them some good. Oh my, Furia actually got their teammates in? What? Posa and Quan are going to land, and they're going to get loot. Quan lands on the rock, and he gets down. Posa survives. With Quan behind the rock, I think they would actually have been able to do enough. So the fact that Furia made it back up to a 4-man this late in the game, and they are going to be fully looted from landing on these death boxes in zone as well. So, like, they don't have to move right now. They can wait for a second. If they have a couple of smokes, then they're going to be able to smoke line across. Furia looking in a pretty decent spot. Duel has most of the high ground, and Wooly and K-Mind are going over towards RDS right now. Probably unaware that he's in that position, but RDS is going to greet them very shortly. Only 14 bullets to spare. Now the spray comes out. He finds 1, tries to line up IQ. Doesn't find the shot. Should be able to get the flush, but his bullets are going to be gone. Afterwards, the Kraken finds the knock onto Wooly to follow it up. Now the rest of the team going to be pushing a forward. IQ finds the knock onto Zakraken, and it's all down to IQ. Going for the shots. He does take down RDS, so that's going to be 2 players knocked for Furia. He should be able to get the flushes before the other teammates make it over here, and he's peeking over. He did see Quan, who threw a nade over here, but it's onto the wrong side of the vehicle. Posa's nade does a little bit more. Quan finds some damage, and the vehicle blows up to take him down. My goodness, IQ with that MK was putting in some work. And Duel were able to get 10 kills, but in the end, Furia go back to back. 8 kills with this one. Really off of the fact that they rezzed their teammates right there at the end. Great job from them. They made sure it counted. And their teammates wasted no time making it over to finish that fight off. And that is how we end match number 3. We're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 4. Well, I almost forgot to unmute myself. That wouldn't have been good. Alright, here we go. Match number 4. This is number 4. I almost said 3 because I was trying to check the leaderboard and it just hasn't updated yet. But we are into match number 4. Which is crazy. It means we're already halfway through this. We're at 63 players live. So I don't know what happened to the other players, but that is where we're at. We will see. Who will be able to take it home? Is Furia going to be able to get another win? Or are we going to have someone else win? Besides, what was it? Furia and, Razav. Furia and Razav are the 2 teams that have won. We'll see if anything else changes. I'm still checking the leaderboard real quick. Nothing. Nothing. We haven't updated. I just find that absolutely ridiculous. I also just realized that why is this so... My camera is just off by a couple of pixels. Okay. It's fixed. That was gonna drive me absolutely bonkers. If I didn't fix it. Ridiculous. It's the tiny things that bother me the most. I don't know why. Let's see. What is happening over here? I missed kick out going down. Team 20 down to 2 players, and it looks like underdogs are a 3-man. So we missed some fighting. I apologize. That's my fault. Let's see. Okay, so 2 players are going around Triplo trying to get a little bit more. Champion is just sitting here. He's not even stuck here because he has this building to work with. He's just chilling here with his... Is that a bumblebee backpack? And leopard print? What? I don't know what this outfit is, but I don't agree with it. Nah. That ain't it. I got some packables. Alright. PNC 2025 MP5. Show it off. Yeah. Nice. Action shot right here. Right. This seems to have quieted down quite a bit, and I'm not going to sit here and just wait for someone to shoot someone for 13 minutes. I still can't click on people. It let me click on Savage right at the very, very beginning. So I was hoping, maybe, just maybe. Are these guys just hopping on this to go up on top of the mountain? Honestly, they're doing this, and while they do this, they can actually leave their vehicles there and go back for them later. This isn't an awful idea. Just so long as someone doesn't try and pull up on that hill right there. They're good. And even if they do, they have their teammates in Rinjong. Yep. Yeah. We're gonna not worry about that one. Still not fighting. This could be interesting. I want to hop over to this. Okay. Alright. Shots are coming through. Nade being prepped. Nade being thrown. That nade's not going to be that good on the first car. And Adam gets taken down by Cruxy. But the keyboard smash is able to find two. Robert finds the knock onto him. So now Two God and Robert are going to have to somehow make it across as quickly as possible. But I think Reses are going to come out for Team 2. Very, very quickly. Wait, is Team 2 only a 3-man? Oh, Team 2 is only a 3-man for this match. So that's going to be a flush onto Cruxy. Adam is out in the open, throwing down a couple of smokes. That one's an 8. Adam. What did we tell you about wasting util? You gotta know which one's which. It looks like this bridge, there was not a bridge camp. So run it down, we're able to cross it, no problem. But they're going right towards train to go. There's a couple of vehicles in there, and the pre-nade from Cater should make them aware that there's someone over here. And they do hit one headshot onto TY. Let us see. Anything else really happening? Balin got flushed out. This fight looks like it's actually happening now. Champion, the last one up, and he is in this corner. That nade and a headshot from Thon, and down he goes. Alright, we were able to catch the very end of that fight. Good for us. Look at that. See, we were able to go somewhere else, enjoy the fight, enjoy the fun, and then hop back over there before it finished. Alright, bad luck. 4 happy ments. Having some disagreements. Now the question is, was the bolty for space? No. 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 Tree Cappy. I mean, well, there's not a lot going on. We may as well watch someone with a bolty in case they headshot, you know? If we see a really nice headshot from a bolty, it's never going to disappoint anyone, I don't think. Check the map. Nothing going on. Shot goes out. I wonder how close that's getting. He's ready for it. He wants to get shots on there. Devil vibes from it up on the hill. Was he getting shot at from someone else way downtown? Would have been like Wuju 2, or I don't think it was Pana Dorito at all, so okay, you may want to be careful, Team 2. You have some Dunks Gaming coming in behind you. Dunks. Alright. Let's see. There's not really a whole lot going on right now. It's kind of quiet. It's nice and relaxed. So we're going to go for a mountaintop fit check. Trimble, what do we got on? Red, green, and white. He has a color scheme. He's kind of sticking with it. His purple AUG sticks out a little bit. Luckily, his backpack has a little bit of purple on that side of it. So he has it linked up to which side to put it on. So I give that a passing rating. That's a good fit. Hater had spotted out these players, but he's taking so much damage and not doing any in return. We were gonna fit check you, but then you started taking a bunch of damage. Trying to go for the shot before they get too far away. They're a little far behind. Not able to find any more. So Gator. Wearing mostly black, maybe a little bit of army. Relatively basic, doesn't even have a skin on the MK. That's kind of plain. It's different though. Not a lot of people just wear plain stuff. As we hop over to Bad Luck and 4 Happy Men's, they're locked in a fight. Devil Vibes is already knocked. The flush is going to come out, and now the shots from Nyx. He only finds a bullet. He only found a single bullet. Now he's going to back off. They got a kill and they backed up. That's not a bad play. Especially with the fact that there's a whole nother team here now. Run it down. There's going to be sharing space with 4 Happy Men's and Bad Luck. 3 teams. Relatively small amount of space. Small amount of cover for what's here. Tatsumi. Might want to be careful. Oh, JMS, don't go down this way. Did JMS spot him out? I think he might have. Tilt Town coming up on the hillside. They're going to have shots onto this in a second if they decide to pull up there. Wuju 2, they left Hungshan and went to a compound just to the north. So they're in a decent spot. Trying to go still out in the blue zone with Ick. And that Panzer misses. I feel like that was a little bit of a waste, JMS. Could have held on to that. Waited till you had to actually push onto them. Because you are going to have to, because you're not in zone anymore. You can try and go across the street, but that's only going to offer you so much. We have a lot of teams alive for this late into the match. And, I mean, this is, like, relatively normal for really high-level gameplay, but for this lobby and everything, it's a little surprising that we have so many. Most of the time, we're down a couple more teams by this point. So with the restricted amount of space that's going to be available to everyone, it's going to be interesting to see how they want to try and play it out. Or if they're actually going to be able to find any spots to play from. Oh, Cruxy up in the... I don't think Tilt Town's aware of this. I don't think they saw these players coming in. Oh, Balin is going to drop right on top of Doobie. And then he runs away. Doobie is a little confused. Now he sees Cruxy. Goes for the shots and he misses every single one. Alright, Doobie, don't chase too hard towards Cruxy. There is another player. You have zone. You can wait. That's a really good spray. Perfect. He didn't chase too hard. He waited a second. He found good shots onto Balin. Now they just need to find Cruxy. That was beautiful. Trying to go. They have a Birdum. 4 Happy Beds. chilling out right here. They're shooting you. Now you drive towards them. No, 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 no. Now you... that's an M249, actually. This thing is gonna blow up here in a second. They hop out. Nix finds the knock onto one, and Cater didn't get far enough away from the vehicle. Almost gets squished by it. Pretty much does. As Nix is gonna get the flush onto those two. Train to go, just on the hillside now. Trimble started running forward, realized that might not be the best play, and now Finna from the other side gets a knock onto him. Attic gonna be the last one left on TTG. He's gonna go through Hung Chan, and that is right where the rest of Tiltown is now. He stops up a little bit short, gonna hit the first aid. Now over on this side we have DTMF fighting against Unity. Insta-kill, prepping a nade. No, way farther right. Where are you throwing that nade? Alright, insta-kill. I don't know about that one. Gotta get your nades on point for next week when the qualifiers are happening. Insta-kill. Through the fence, can see one. He goes around the side, finds the knock onto Cruxy, who did make it out of Hung Chong. So, good for him. And now there's only one player left on DTMF. Unity are up as a two-man, and we go far up to the north. Team 2 gonna be happy with the position that they have. Razav gonna actually be storming their way up this hillside. They are just full sending it. Kesno with that bounce jumps out of one. The keyboard smash. Gonna have to try and retreat across the hillside while his teammates get ready to welcome him back. Adam tried to make his way over to support. Penta goes down, but Nubsky does fall to Dunks Gaming. Flush comes out as well. So donk mode. Get something. Esno going for the shot. So much damage onto Adam, and he was a bullet away from being able to get the knock. Robert, that's going to be a tough spot for you, and down he does go. As we say that, over here, it looks like a little bit of a three-way fight. Wuju 2, Furia, and Tiltown. Sneak Attack is still here, being very quiet inside this smoke. So many nades blowing up around him. This smoke going to dissipate in a second. Tiltown going to be able to shoot him in the back. Furia in the front, and Tiltown from behind. Finna finds him, takes him down. Wuju 2 eliminated in 11th. The adorable dragon has fallen. It's, connect the dots. Let's see what we can make. What do we see here? Boop, 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 boop. It's the Furia logo. They made the logo, right? Like if you got the head right here and then it goes down into the tail. Yeah, it's the Furia logo. I know what the Furia logo looks like, and I know I had it at some point. So, there we go. We found it. It was hidden in the emergency cover. Alright, Postly does go down to Nyx with the Bolty. And he tries to go for some sprays. He's going to go for the reload on the M24. So we're going to see. Does he find any more? Just to the left of him. Trying to get the spray. I feel like he should be spraying just a little bit higher than where he's spraying. They're out of there. They are long gone, Nyx. Now going for the shots onto the Kraken. One of these times, we're going to catch a Bolty headshot. And it's going to be awesome. We're going to love every second of it. Fight between Dunks and Gaming And underdogs. Donk mode. He finds one. Now he's going for more, but Day takes him down. Dunks are almost all eliminated. Obra. Engajero. Or Enjero. Could be it. I don't know. Alright, Dream 1, they're pulling up on the southern side. Let's see. I mean, both the last member of Dunks Gaming and, yeah, there we go, run it down. Takes down underdogs because they still had a little ways to go into the zone. Dunks Gaming surviving for right now. Team 2 up on the northern side as a 2. And Furia just pushing over onto 4 Happy Men's. JMS, Tatsumi already down. Nick's gonna be the last one up. One tire missing. I don't even know where he drives to. He's gonna get shot at no matter where he goes. If he goes back to the compound, Adam should be able to meet him there. And Adam goes for the spray, and there goes Nix. The vehicle turns around to say goodbye. Ooh, insta-kill finds a kill onto Jib, so Unity down to only one player, but he is still making it work. Looks like he's trying to pop tires, cause some damage. Jib should get flushed out here in a second. Goes forward to the folded shield that's facing the wrong direction. Now he starts moving forward, getting shot at instantly by Peeksin. And from behind, Pana Dorito takes him down. Jibs gonna go down as Flameskirt took a lot of damage from that nade. Razab, they took this hillside right away from Team 2, who just weren't able to consolidate it on in time. We got a smashed keyboard moving over towards Posa. Sneaking his way forward. Posa is right over here. When does one player see the other is the question. Okay. They both saw each other. He backs off. He's looking for a different angle of attack. This is a 1v1. They are both very much aware of each other's positioning. Posa finds the first bullet. RDS coming over to support, so it's not a 1v1 anymore. It is a 2v1. He's just getting out of there, though. He has plenty of space to work with all the way down to this side. It is a 3-man over here for Run It Down. But honestly, I fancy my chances more against Run It Down than I would against Furia. Every single one of those players absolutely cracked. Very good at the game. Razav doing some damage. Hansi ends up getting a knock from behind. Finds a second. Now he's getting shot at by Razav from the hillside, though. And still can't do anything else. Peeksin goes down to RDS, so the really off-angle position player for Dream 1 goes down. And now Pana Dorito finds a knock onto one. Hansi finds the other. Run It Down. Eliminated 4 teams is what remains. Dream 1, Razav, Furia, and Team 2. Peeksin's not going to be able to get res, so it's going to be a 2v3v3v1. we're going to see what they can do. Kesno going for a couple of shots onto Zakraken. Is moving forward. He has a good little chunk of space to go. Panadorito Beleta looting up, trying to figure out where to go with things. RDS, I think, is just trying to get some stuns and stuff over, give a little bit more covering fire for Zakraken. But Flameskir, it looks like, had an angle. Got a couple of shots over there as well. Peakson still hasn't, like, bled out. I would like to say. Like, my goodness, how long does it take for a guy to bleed out? And, oh, Team 2 eliminated Posa. Won the fight when he had to run across the open terrain, and now Posa finds a second. Furia gonna start pushing off of this one. The Molotov goes forwards towards the building to try and cut off an angle. Doesn't quite go inside. Zakraken takes good shots from Kesno. Now, on the side, Panadorito goes down to Posa as Kesno finds the knock onto Zakraken, who's trading shots with RDS. Furia, 15 kills currently. I think it's safe to say that they are pretty well on their way to winning this set of scrims. RDS is going to get the res onto Zakraken as Hansi, with the Molotov, gets the kill onto Kesno, so we're into a 2v3. Hansi and Flameskir up against the three members still left for Furia. And it looks like Posa and RDS both just pushing forward along the hillside. They spot out Hansi, they take him down. Flameskir, the last one left. He has a rock. He has the center zone. But he has three members of Furia to try and take on. Two of them are moving together, holding each other's hands to make sure they don't go down to a solo. Then you have Zakraken on Overwatch. They should have a pretty good idea. I mean, yeah. This is a good spot to be paying attention to. Nade. Not going to be prepped and ready. Zakraken trying to go for the pre-fire. Flameskir does a little bit of damage. Posa ended up on Overwatch. Finds the shots, and Furia wins match number 4 with 17 kills. Absolutely insane game from them there. And because they won with so many kills again, no one else really got any. So that is how we end match number 4. We're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 5. Alright, Posamai. I appreciate the follow. You gotta get these push-ups in. My elbow definitely just popped on one of those push-ups, but we're gonna ignore it and pretend like it didn't happen. What am I doing? Okay. Okay, let's see. Is match number 4 updated? Dude, match number 3 hasn't even updated on Flyer. I don't have an updated leaderboard for you guys right now. I apologize. Oh, I knew it was going to play that again. Right. It's another follow from Panda Dorito. We gotta get more push-ups in. Alright. Thank you, Panda Dorito, for the follow. How you doing on this wonderful night? I didn't turn my AC on because I didn't think I needed to. It's not like super hot or anything. But I guess with the amount of push-ups I'm doing, I might have needed to. By golly. Gotta make sure to stay hydrated. Make sure that we swapped back over to the correct screen. We did. Good, good. My mic isn't muted. That is also good. And we get ready for match number 5. We only have one more match after this one. It's crazy. Depending on how fast these last 2 go, maybe we're out of here by 10-20. Honestly, wouldn't be too bad. We are on the fast track. They have kept it moving. Whew. Starting to get just a bit thirsty. Theoretically, we're on NA ping. And I am jumping between 80 and 120. Yeah, this is... Oh my god, we can click on people's names again. Oh, that is so exciting. Did Hansy... Whoop. Did Hansy disconnect? Oh. I think he's back. I think Hansy reconnected. No, don't go that way. Don't... No. I tried to warn him. I did try. Alright. Well, that's an unfortunate way to go out. It looks like Team 2 playing as a 3-man again today. Or today. This match, just like last match. Possibly... Oh, insta-kill. Disconnected. Where's insta-kill? Okay. Whoa. At least he disconnected nearby to his teammates. He's just kind of out in the open here, though. His character very much intent on looking this way. Interesting. Very yellow as well. Where do we go? There's not really any fighting happening right now. I mean, Wuju 2 is taking shots at Duel as they are trying to become mountain goats and climb the side of this rock, which they did do successfully. So good for them. But Camline just takes a headshot right there. Look how nice this looks. Two teams. I have both of their logos. The colors are all loaded in properly. Exactly what you would expect out of a good production. Then we have the rest of the teams that don't have logos because I just couldn't find them. I don't know why I couldn't find Furia's logo. That still flabbergasts me. There's no way I don't have it somewhere. Team 2 just taking some random shots over towards 4 Happy Ments. Nothing too crazy happening. Yeah, I mean, this is nice and quiet. Fit check time. Who do we want to check? Run it down. Did we check? Yeah, we checked Duel already. Oh, yeah. Not Cacao finds a knock on to Miaz as Day finds, knocks, flushes Cacao. But Tony got knocked himself. His vehicle launched forward. Day, just make sure not to get run over by it. The smoke launcher coming out, trying to cover the retreating Thon as he carries his teammate down the hillside. Tony, alive and well right now is Wuju too. Definitely push their way forward, and now they're gonna knock onto Wooly. Duel, don't get close to Wuju too. They are not having none of it this match. Let me double check and see if anything for any reason has updated. We have match 3 on there now. But I don't think that was match 3. I think that was match 4 that's loaded in as match 3. I feel like we're missing the actual match 3. Yeah. Wacky, crazy. It's... So right now, it has Furia in first place, and then Rezab in second, Run It Down in third, Team 2 in fourth, Unity in fifth, Wuju 2 in sixth. But again, I think we're still missing a match. I feel like match number 3 didn't actually load properly. And now it's saying that match number 4 is match number 3. It's being real wackadoodle, let me tell you. Absolute wackadoodle. Finna, it's a really good thing that you're silented right now because you are pulling right up onto a 3-man. Are they crash baiting as well? Nah, their vehicles are too in the open. Unless they're trying to, like, crash bait from there. This is not a good spot to crash bait. Like, for your cars to be parked. I don't know if there's a better one, though. I don't know. Gonna see the vehicles. Gooey takes a couple of shots, and now the rest of Tilltown pulling up. Triplo and Gooey go down. One player is all that remains. Duel shooting at them from the hillside. They might think that those are the other teammates, but it's actually Champion who is sneaking away. Champion just running away. He snuck out from under their noses. Now he's at a rock. Finna driving down here. And Champion just kind of watching. No need to take any shots. He just needs to try and survive at this point. Because his teammates are gone. Finna went and grabbed something and now he's coming back. I don't know what Finna just did, but he did something. Now he's gonna drive his way up the hillside along with the rest of Tilltown. Zone's gonna shift and go to truck stop. This is gonna end right here. Actually, it's kind of far. It might. It's either going to end next to the T or it's going to end over here, near this compound. Calling it now. And with the previous zone, honestly, I'd try and bank on this because there's going to be so little people over there, I feel like, compared to everywhere else. Look at the amount of vehicles being driven right now. Oh my goodness. Ooh, Finna getting shot at by IQ. IQ took some shots from the rest of Tilltown, and Izzy Star finds the knock onto IQ. Izzy Star might be what it actually is, but Izzy Star just rolls off the tongue so much better. Finna is making his way. Prepping the nade. Now throw it a little bit left. Okay, it still does a little bit of damage. The flush does come out. And Finna is up here. So Finna might actually be able to find the shots onto K-Mind here in a second too. Wuju 2, I'm surprised doesn't have an angle onto Finna right now. Or maybe hasn't spotted Finna since Finna got over here. There we go. Now Finna's getting shot at. Another rotation happening over here. Unity getting shot at by TTG. Cater takes Tony out of the vehicle, gets the flush. The rest of Unity rotating closer to DTMF, but they're not quite over there yet. If anyone goes over to the east, it is so open right now. It is such a viable spot. No one is in, like, any of the compounds around here. Everyone's just sitting in the open. I don't know why. It looks like Furia may make their way down into Truck Stop, and they're probably going to be confused as to why no one's here yet. Because I know I would be, but it's because this is what we had for people in the zone at the very beginning. And no one wanted to rotate. Champion, it looks like he got his teammates and he's going to try and go for the res. It's going to be really unfortunate for him when Rezav sees that res tower start to go off and they turn their attention towards it. Because they have 4 people up. Oh, Furia. They're getting furious. They find a knock onto Nyx. Should be able to get a flush. Space is spotted out. A lot of shots missed by Kraken. And he misses even more. And then up over the hillside, Trig Happy finds the knock onto him. Kraken. That was not so cracked right there. And usually you are. Usually you're just insanely cracked. But not this time. So we pull up on truck stop for this next zone. It kind of just centers up. And to me, that means that it's going to end, like, right here-ish. In my head. We'll see. We'll see how it works up. Ooh, Wuju 2. They're trying to get over here, but Duel is already gone. Savage on the hillside across. He's going to go down. Sneak attack finds the knock. Duel right below. Sneak attack trying to go for the shots onto K-Mine, but Wooly with the covering fire gets the knock onto Sneak. K-Mine's still alive, so isn't Wooly, and Zito finds the knock onto K-Mine now, and now the shot's onto Wooly. Prone P90 is able to find the knocks. Loeb's gonna back off, not get involved in this situation right now. Maybe try and survive and go for some placement points instead. Oh, was Loeb spotted out? I think Loeb's was spotted by Wuju too. He needs to get back to his... Dude, I don't even know. I don't think he played it fully right. We're only in phase 3. Ooh, Balin. The rest of his team got knocked. He throws a nade, does a little bit of damage, and the nade does the rest. Swaps to the 4x Aug Spray, gets the knock onto a second. And now it's him versus Scooby. He gets the first aid off. Now he throws the blue zone forward. Scooby going for the res. Honestly, no, that smoke's a lot better than I thought. Now around to the side, Scooby falls, and it's gonna be... Oh, does the first aid go off time? It does. And then up the top of the rock, and Jean Dechois does end up getting the kill. Scooby should be able to get res as Train to Go are fighting Wuju 2 now. Looks like Train to Go has 3 knocked. Cater going to be the last one up, and Zito pushing towards him. Run it down, coming up on the backside of these players. More nades rain out over towards Cater, and it's TY to find the kill on to Cater and finish them off. So now it's going to be Wuju 2 versus Run It Down Lobes. Maybe looking to backstab Wuju 2 a little bit, get some revenge for his team. Team 20 creeping closer and closer to Team 2. Shots are being fired. And it's going to be Adam to get the opening knock. Gooey gets the trade, but he is the last one left. For Team 20, Penta is right here in his face. He's going to get the flush onto Triplo. Spots out Gooey, goes for the shots, and it's the keyboard smashes that got Gooey in the end. Might have saved Penta's life as he was brought down really low. It does go... it does end up going over here. Those are the 2 spots it goes to when it's around truck stop. It either goes towards the T or it goes up towards this hillside. Called it out earlier and I was so spot on. It's the zone that I remember the best. I don't know why, but whenever I see that zone, I can always go like, boom. Let's go into one of those two spots. Run it down, make it down the hillside. They lose little GG. Team Razav in a spot to hold Team 2 out. Panda Dorito gonna hop in the truck, back down off of this, and relocate towards the rest of his team as Duel gets eliminated by Unity in the kill feed. Four happy men's go down to Unity as well, so Unity just picking up the kills onto the final players. Tilttown tried to make their way forward. Bad luck. Not gonna let it happen. Savage and Izzy Star going down. Finna gonna be the next one that has to make a rotate somewhere. So he's in the Murado. He drives for a second, and now he backs off. I don't know what his plan is here. Picking up first aid kits. Alright, alright. Plenty of first aid kits. I think he's trying to survive. The direction he's going isn't the best because it's straight into Furia. As Razav getting even more kills. Panda Dorito just made it into the play zone. Unity gets eliminated to the play zone. Now Panna stuns up and over, getting ready to prep and throw another one. And the first one was so good. The second one looks like it went a little bit too far. That nade doesn't find the damage that he wanted. Beleda. Oh, getting shot at by Fury. Lays down, but a little bit too early. Kesno trying to prep a nade, throw it forward, and does a little bit of damage. It misses out by about 10, and the folded shield play just saved his life. It deflected the nade to make it bounce harmlessly away. That is hilarious. Oh, Quan. That is a 4-man that you are trying to stare down inside the gas station. Wait, is that a gas station or is it a restaurant? I think it's a restaurant. Yeah. There's a 4-man you're staring down in the taco place. This one's the gas station, yeah. It's okay, as Kraken slowly making his way over to help. You have Underdogs Esports just ready for run it down as they send it across. And they've made it to a spot. They're getting shot at by Wuju too, but they've made it to a spot. It's in the zone. Finna goes down to the play zone. Unfortunate for Finna. And then you have Dunk Scamming. They haven't had the bestest of days. 3 points in 3 of the matches. I don't know about the 4th match because it isn't in there. Kraken is right up in here, but he gets knocked and flushed by Day. The blue zone that has erected on top of Wuju 2 as Lucid, the last player remaining. Posa gets the flush with a nade onto Sneak Attack. And Lucid pops gas can as now he's just waiting. Gonna get pushed here in a second, trying to get the res onto NZ. That nade flies forward, does 3 damage somehow through all of that. Now the Molotov goes out. Oh, that nade is perfect from Posa, and down goes Wuju 2. You saw Lucid just panic for a second when he saw that nade come through. 5 teams remaining. Dunks, Underdogs, Run It Down, Furia, and Razav. Two-man left for Razav. And they have a solo over here from Dunks. So if they can find a knock onto him, they're actually going to have a way into this next zone. Kesno with an MP5. I mean, the closer he gets, the easier it's going to be for him to win this gunfight. Right there, he sees the head, misses all the shots though. Trying to prep a stun, throws it up and over. The defensive Molotov to keep Kesno from pushing too easily is there now. Yans has come to support. That's a nade that, if that lip hadn't been there, would have bounced right on top of his head. But that smoke from Kesno does allow him to move forward. Finds a couple of shots. Not what he needs. Two players right here, making it difficult for him. He can't shoot both of them at the same time. And a Dorito is over here. He falls. So it's all on to Kesno, who pushes forward, finds some damage, finds even more, gets the knock onto one around the rock, plays it perfectly, double headshot onto Yans to get the knock, and that's two players down. The flushes come out, Kesno over onto the other side of the rock. He's got to lay down and try and get a heal off. No more vest for him as Quan was shooting him in the side. He does survive and picks up a couple more kills. It down, having to push forward onto underdogs. Mia's going down. Tony on the backside. The nade doing most of the damage, but Tastu gets the knock as Punisher is punishing. Finds two knocks. TY, the last one left, gets the flush. On to one player. Probably should have let that player go through, and now completely stunned. Trying to run around. Honestly, that was a great stun. The blue zone is here, though, and TY is going to take so much damage from it. Quan, with a P90, does some damage to Lippy. Lippy. Oh, Quan, free kill onto TY there. Continues to push forward and finds the headshot onto Day to find a second. Turns around, maybe saw Punisher on the rock. Now Punisher is doing exactly what his name says. Any little overstep, any time you're in a bad spot, he is punishing you right now. Kesno, the player closest to center, as we're in a 2v1v1. And Posa definitely saw Kesno. Did Kesno see Posa? Doesn't look like it. Now the shot's coming through. Dunks should have heard those shots and should know that it's a 2v1. So it's going to be Posa versus Lippy and Punisher. So we'll see. 2v1. How does it play out? $871 damage and 8 kills for Posa so far. Can he make it 10? And it would be the third win or fourth win for Furia. Might be the fourth win for Furia. Oh, so quiet it is. I mean, there's just so much space to play from as well. Posa has no energy drinks or painkillers. So if he takes damage, he will not be able to heal all the way back up to full health. Zako. Appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. Is Shane's stream still going strong? Or did he hop off? Posa stuns himself a little bit, and he's at 75 hit points. He also doesn't have any first aid kits left. So this is a really tough spot for him to be in. He's trying to force this into 1v1s, and the Dunks players are separated enough that he might be able to. He's going to find a med kit, some painkillers, and some other util off of the body of Kesno that he killed earlier. So now Dunks just not really close to each other. Giving Posa 2 1v1s is not the way you want to play it. Tries to go for a couple of shots, sees that Punisher is super far away. All he has to do now is take the fight with Punisher. Like, they are giving him 1v1s, and it's the exact same thing you don't want to do. So the stun goes over. Posa somehow stuns himself again. As Little Peak backs off a little bit. Not expecting him to be at this rock, but he still gets some decent damage. As Posa gonna pop another smoke, and he's gonna be able to back off that enough to be able to get the first aid off and no problem. He's actually going for a med kit, so he's gonna be full health to go up against Punisher. You give Posa the 1v1s, and he is gonna take it away. So now Punisher just laying down. Posa waiting to really hear anything. He doesn't know where Punisher is. Assuming right now that he's near the rock or the hillside that the other player was. He just doesn't have any info. He only has one stun as well, so... we will have to see. What is he gonna do? He's just sneaking around. Punisher being so quiet. I mean, Posa has to have a good idea of where he is. So now that the blue zone's pushed in, he can pop forward that stun. And he doesn't actually push off of it. He goes down towards the middle, headshot for one bullet, tapping to try and find any more. Punisher takes a little blue zone damage, and that's exactly what you want to avoid. So Posa goes back up to the high ground. This Punisher tries to go to the low ground. Posa should be able to get the shots onto him in a second. They're both being so quiet. Should see him in a second. Now he does, and from above, Posa takes down Punisher. Furia win another game with 16 kills. They have been absolutely on fire. And that is how the first Miramar, match number 5, comes to an end. And we have one more in store for you guys. And we'll be right back to it after a quick break. Almost forgot about my push-ups for Zeko. Alright, there we go. We have certainly done plenty of push-ups today. And that is not a bad thing, because I want to stay in shape, so happy to do it. Here we go. One game. One game is... Oh, I can't click on names again. No! Why does it do this to me? Train to Go, 3-man? They're still in the air. Okay, so Train to Go is a 3-man. Looks like got all 4 members of Team 2 back. So they're 4-man this time. Let's see. Where does the final zone take us? Final match. Where are we going? Are they all circling lobes? Kind of looked like it for a second. But they back off. We're going over to Chumasera. Razav. Gonna be in a great spot for that. Yeah. They have prio to just about everything because no one else really dropped early. Train to Go, even though they're a 3-man, they landed Valdemar. They should be able to get a pretty decent spot inside the zone. And then it looks like Team 2 is already going to just send 2 people forward to try and claim a different spot in zone. You have the members of Bad Luck at Picado. They should be able to rotate early, find a good spot, and then it's going to be on the rest of the teams to pick up what's left over and try and figure out who's around them, who they might be able to take out. If they need third party or anything like that, they're going to have to keep their eyes and ears open. There's a rock there. Just so you know. Alright, you're going to make it over to San Martin. You are going to be able to get some loot. It is going to take you a second, though, because you kind of picked a vehicle up over here and drove all the way over there. And you did it kind of slowly. So we'll have to see how the 4 happy men's are going to be able to move along, maybe speed up their looting process. I'm surprised they didn't kind of go for one of the compounds inside of zone already. I mean, there's a few that are decent that you'd be able to get good loot out of right over here. Really, like any of the warehouse buildings are usually connected with a couple others you can get some decent loot from. May not be the best, but it should definitely be enough if you pick up a couple of vehicles along the way to get looted up, and then you're going to have a good spot in zone. Instead, now, you're right on the edge of zone, and it's going to take you a little while to actually get loot that's going to be good to take a fight with. So, we see Tilt Town on the move early. Finna looks to be making his way over towards Panadorito. Nade goes out, and it's going to keep Tilt Town away from this spot. As Adam gets knocked onto Devil Vibes with the VSS. Trying to get the flush, and just about gets the flush. Trig trying to go for the res, getting shot through, and just committing to the res. What? Do they not know where Adam is? They have to be aware. Space takes so much damage from the VSS. He almost finds a third. But the knock comes out from Annan. Now you're going to have Penta making his way over here. Double headshot iron sights. Space the last player up, and the spray comes out onto him, but he looked like he was also just trying to commit to the res. His teammate was getting shot, and down goes bad luck. Which I really don't think that was bad luck. That was bad decisions. They definitely lost a couple of players there to bad positioning and just trying to commit to something that they didn't need to. Tilt Town, they're all 4 dead right here. I don't know what happened. That is... Did they get naded and we missed it? That would have been crazy. But now Run It Down is getting pushed up on by Underdogs Gaming. Up to Goo goes down. Tatsu and TY still alive. As Tony gets stolen away by Panda Dorito. And, yeah, was crazy. Who would have thought? Game 6 scrims, NA. It's always nice and, clean and tight. Never loose and crazy. Not in the slightest. So Underdogs, it looks like they're going to back off of this and Run It Down, or just going to be chilling in the compound. Rays have a 2-1-1 split. And I don't know how Nubsky is supposed to hold all of the top of Chuma on his own. That seems crazy to me. I mean, then you have TTG, and they have Trimble all the way over here, and the other 2 players back here, so that's a pretty wide split, too. It is Phase 1, I guess. It's not that crazy. I take that back. Rezav, I was judging you. I judged you too quickly on that split. T2 have a 1-1-1-1 split as well, so they're all solos. Meanwhile, Team 20 all bunched up in the same compound, so that means that they're not going to be able to get any scouting ahead. Duel appears to both be in, or all 3 in the same compound as well, besides IQ, who's a little bit farther back. He's getting shot at from Team 2, but he's just going to make his way down the hill a little bit. Okay, this compound is empty. And so isn't the one where Tilt Town all mysteriously died. I don't know. I don't know what happened here, but I want to know. There's 4 death boxes like that. Like a nade right here would have killed them all. I'm not actually sure, though. Alright, let's see what else is going on. Dunks Gaming took a compound that is really weird because you can get pressured from the hill, but you can also hold people off from below, but not really. So it's easy to get surrounded and snuck up on, but you have buildings there that are really hard to push, so it's a really wacky compound. If you just stay inside, it's pretty strong. It's hard to, like, dig people out of that compound, but it's also really easy to sneak up or get up towards it. Unity with a 2-1-1 split up on the hillside, so they're going to be able to get plenty of info. No one else is over here. I mean, yeah, after the pandemonium at the beginning, I feel like everyone's kind of found a couple of compounds, and they're all chilling and happy with it for right now. Ugh. And we just kind of center up. Nothing too crazy. As Kraken falls for Furia. He's the first to fall again. But he should be able to get res. I don't know if he's just like ending up in bad positions or if he's just having one of those days where everyone's bullet seems to hit your head. Because those days are awful, but they definitely happen, so. Duel still with a 2-2 split. Run it down, getting shot at by Wuju too. Quite a long distance fight still, but bullets are being found. I come in a little bit closer. If anything happens to run it down, he's going to be right there to run them down. Now, dunks. They were in an okay spot, and they're not really anymore. It's more towards the edge of the zone now. That's going to be a little bit more difficult to play Ick. Maybe able to spot out Yans. Yans does take a couple of shots over toward the Ick, but nothing really happens with it. Ick should be able to just make it over to the teammates. Ada is looking, but just doesn't have an angle onto Yans. Now he does. Yans was ready for the angle, though. Nothing really comes of it. I don't think anything is going to happen with that. I think that's just going to be two teams quietly shooting at each other, but not actually doing anything else. Wuju too. They took over Chuma Church, because the rest of Rezav just consolidated a little bit. They have the school. Wait, no, that's not the schoolyard. The schoolyard's over there. They have containers. I wonder where that drop is. Oh, this drop is just in the middle of the open. This is not a safe drop to go for. What's inside it? Is it worth it? Oh, it's an MG3. We've seen the MG3 shredding through people so far today, so I'd say that's probably worthwhile if you can get to it. Handsy got a knock on Cruxy and was able to get the flush. To God, further up the hillside. I don't think he's going to be going anywhere fast anyways. They make those steps very long. To only ever show like 2 or 3 steps, those steps are very long. Unnecessarily long. Oh, as Tatsumi finds peeks in. Just out in the open. This is not a good spot to play. There is so many angles that can see you. Up here, in here, that seems like a decent spot to play. Is Hansi gonna go try and rescue his teammate's chip? No, he's gonna go and try and rescue Flamescur. And they're out of there. Fight happening over here between T2 and Furia. As Kraken goes down. And T2, they have one knocked, but they're able to wipe Furia pretty cleanly. Furia were absolutely dominating, but in this final match, the boss was finally taken down. Oh my god, we have an updated leaderboard. That's crazy. We're going to flash this for just a second. So Furia, first place, 100 points. Team Rezav, second, 46. Run It Down with 45. Team 2, 36 points. Duel, 30. Train to Go, 29. Unity, 27. Wuju 2, 26. Underdogs with 24 in 9th place. Yeah, that's my quick rundown. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And now underdogs have to make their way forward. Kekao gets taken down by Tony. Champion Triplo Gooey on the shack as Day gets taken down out in the open trying to go for a drive-by. Was denied. Did you just flip a bus? How? You're gonna let him drive after he just flipped a bus? What is that thought process? Oh my god, Champion just out in the open. Gets taken down. Thon taken out of the vehicle alongside Tony. You gotta line that vehicle up to run him over when you die. Oh, K-Mind is so not gonna allow this to happen. There's no one in there, K-Mind. They are rezzing. Gooey is on the other side of it. Nade prep thrown. Doesn't find any shots. Team 20 is going to be like, what the heck is that? What? Where, why, when, how? And Rezav just going to be finding more kills from Chuma. Run It Down up on the hillside. Putting some nades onto Dunk Gaming, but also Train to Go. It looks like Train to Go are the two surviving players here, and Trimble gonna try and get the res onto Ick. Unity have so much space to work with. Meanwhile, DTMF up on the top of the hillside. Team 2, very widely split with Penta so far back still. But Penta was paying attention to 4 Happy Men's. He started getting shot. Wuju 2 in a fight against Unity, and they've taken down 3. And it's just Gordo Tony left. Insta-kill stolen away by DTMF. Oh, Tony has a Birdum. And that is not going to go very fast up the hillside. If, like, at all. I don't know where Tony's trying to go, but I feel like he's stuck a little bit. And now DTMF getting pulled up on by 4 Happy Men's, and Nyx able to find the last one. Should be able to get the first 8 off, get the res onto Kira and Tatsumi. We hop over to a fight between Duel and Team 2. That nade beautiful onto Adam. Gets the knock. Mika over here, avoiding most of the shots so far. K-Mine trying to make his way forward, find Mika. Mika is slowly sneaking around the backside of K-Mind. just as I go away, Mika goes down to IQ and his mutant. Run it down. Ooh, Panda Dorito actually made it up top here. He doesn't have any offensive util, though. If he had a nade and could have prepped it right, he could have done some serious damage to run it down. For Happy Men's. Your vehicle is disappearing on you. Sneak attack finds the knock on to Kira. Tatsumi there. Nick's a little ways away. Tatsumi pushing forward towards sneak attack, and sneak attack plays it perfectly. Is going to be able to walk around, shoot him in the back. Nick's going to be the last player left. I feel like I've seen that a lot today, where one or two of the players just aren't with the rest of the team. And I don't know why. Oh, Nyx was spotted by sneak attack there, but Nyx did not see sneak attack. Run it down. Getting run down right now by Razab. Nubsky is right here. He gets the knock on to Tagu. Now just holding doorway. Almost got pre-fired there by a little GG. Baleta with an on the other side. Panda Dorito finds the knock onto TY. Now blue zone on the corner of the building. And Razab should just be able to hold out the members of Run It Down. They have to leave the building. They can't just stay in there unless they want to die to the blue zone. Which, I mean, I guess they could. It might give Duel enough time to come and shoot people in the back. They do shoot Nubsky in the back. Oh, little GG gonna go down. Tastu, the only one that remains. Alright, Wuju 2 up against Dream 1. Jibs trying to make his way over here. Fight towards Lucid. Lucid finds one, trying to push up and over towards Jibs. Oh, just a half a second too late. Needs to make it over here. Sneak attack finds the headshot. Down goes Dream 1. Eliminated in 7th place. Lobes holding back to make sure Team 2 can't wrap onto Duel, as Duel from the hillside trying to do some damage over towards Razab, but it's a headshot from Baleta to get it started on to Duel. K-Mine goes down, bleeding out so quickly. Wooly not going to be able to make it over to him. Nade goes out right next to Wooly, just doesn't do enough. IQ with the mutant does find one, trying to go for the flush onto Panda Dorito. Getting shots onto Nubsky, who's just trying to body block a little bit. Right into it. Kesno from above, able to get the knock onto IQ, who was focusing a little bit too much onto that flush. Lobes making it over here to support. Wooly finds one onto Kesno. Nade being prepped for so long, thrown up and over, and it gets the knock onto Baleta. Gets a little bit more. The flush onto one, and Wooly from the side takes a lot of damage. Lobes trying to get the res onto IQ right now, get him back into this fight. Snubsky still up above Wooly. Gonna be in a 2v1 for right now. Nubsky does find the knock onto Wooly. IQ still hasn't met it up, and Lobes loses the fight to Panda Dorito. And now it's all on to IQ, trying to go for it. Too much of an angle there, though, and Panda Dorito takes him down. 4 teams remain. Razav, Team 2, Unity, and Wuju 2. Tony is just surviving. If someone had a Lynx and just took his head off, I think that would honestly be hilarious. Anyone? I will say we haven't seen too many Panzers today. Two v2 v1 v1. Anyone could win this. Realistically right now. But it has gotten very quiet. Rezav have no idea what's going on because they've been fighting for so long over here. They don't know if anyone's close by. They don't really seem to know the exact numbers on teams. There's 6 players left, and I feel like they're afraid that it's a 2v4. But it's not even close. I will say it's going to be difficult for them to go down this hillside, but no one's really looking at them right now. They see sneak attack. Panda Dorito finds the shots, takes down sneak attack. Now it's a 3x spray, finds a headshot onto Panda Dorito. Now you just got to find a couple more bullets. But they're not finding any damage. Got to hit the shots. 1 bullet onto Nubsky. No vest for the keyboard smashing. Gordo ends up finding an knock onto the keyboard smash. And Penta gonna have to try and go over here. Gets the flush as well. Putting the AMP to good use. And now it's a 2v1 v1. Tony, you're in a spot where you could win this. But now we just wait. Where does the zone pull? Who's going to have to move? And what's going to happen because of it? It just kind of centers up. Rezav have to move the tiniest bit, but I mean, they just go right here. And I don't think anything really changes. I think it would be fun to hit the fast forward button on this because I think it's going to take a little while before we see any action. We're not even hearing any gunshots. Oh, nade. Rezav are nading towards this. Molotov just a little bit short. More util use. Blue zone. But it's so on the edge, I don't think it's actually going to affect Tony that much. Yeah, he's going to hit a first aid. He doesn't have any boosts, though. I don't know if closing that door was the right choice, Tony. I don't think Rezav was fully confident that you were over here. We hear 3 shots and then it stops. Okay. Shot does connect with Nubsky. Penta making his way over the hillside. Sneaking up. And now it's gone quiet again. Oh, Panda Dorito dodges that perfectly in time. Misses the shot onto Penta. Now Penta gonna prep a nade. Gordo just hops into the Bertum, and the nade didn't go onto the Bertum. Honestly, smart play. Does he C4 this? He's trying to take Rezav down. He rolls it, but it doesn't go anywhere, and he just blew himself up with a C4. Questionable, because everything was uphill from him. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Penta, 1v2, throws the nade forward as Nubsky and Panda Dorito really trying to focus on not allowing him to move any closer. He goes for the shots, only lands a couple of them. 832. And that's the knock on to Panda Dorito, and now it's going to be a 1v1 Penta versus Nubsky, but Nubsky just trying to go forward. The res immediately, smoke's coming out. Penta, you got to try and make your way forward here. They are going for the res. They get the res off. Nubsky throws a nade forward in the head. Shots immediately from Nubsky to take him down. Rezav win match number 6. So I think Rezav won 2 of the matches. And then Furia won 4. And that's what happened today. That is how we are going to come to an end. Furia got first place. Rezav got second. I don't think there's anything else we really got to talk about with today. I hope you guys all had a wonderful time. I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.